Imagine an institution preaching morality, love, and compassion, yet are forced into a multi-million-dollar settlement due to decades of horrific abuse. Sound familiar? Welcome back to Theocracy Watch, your weekly check-in on the blurred lines between faith and power. Today, we spotlight Connecticut's Diocese of Norwich, now set to pay out a staggering $31 million settlement to survivors of clergy sex. After years of
Really?
lawsuits, after
Wow.
years of lawsuits, the diocese found itself pushed into Chapter 11 bankruptcy, underscoring just how dire the situation had become. At the heart of the lawsuits are painful revelations centered on Mount St. John School in Deep River, exposing a tragic reality of predators hidden behind religious titles enabled by institutional complicity. What's striking is how the diocese assembled this payout, tapping into multiple sources, including its insurance provider and individual parishes. It makes you wonder where your donations actually go, whether transparency is ever truly prioritized by these religious institutions. And yeah, part of that $31 million is coming from insurance. If you didn't realize, a lot of these churches have insurance because they're so familiar with these abuse claims. They have policies in place for it.
Insurance against churches against, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could even do a
Makes sense.
Theocracy Watch on that at some point to
That
go a
makes
little
sense.
deeper for you. Mhm.
Okay.
It makes you wonder, like, does your grandma know where her tithes are going? Does the single mom, speaking personally as a single mom, did I realize
Right.
that the money that I was giving to the Jehovah's Witness organization was going towards payouts for CSA? No, I didn't. We're protecting men in white collars. Don't know why. At what point do we stop calling these behaviors scandals and start calling it church policy? Although financial settlements can't erase the inflicted trauma, they offer survivors a form of recognition and validation that's long overdue. With the court hearing pending, we'll soon find out if accountability sticks or just remains another footnote in an endless saga of institutional abuses. Finally, these institutions didn't do the right thing out of conscience. They were forced into the light by the strength of survivors. Don't forget that. The church didn't seek redemption. They ran out of ways to avoid the reckoning. Until next time, stay curious. That's been Theocracy Watch.
Wow.
Thank you, Ryan. Wow.
Thank you, Ryan. What up?
I just want to say, I think any church that has any type of insurance policy should be investigated for fraud and shut down immediately. If your God can't protect you from these claims, why do you get to preach this stuff and have tax exemption? I don't understand.
Me either. I'm going to add that.
Absolutely illegal for a place that claims to be a holy place to have SA insurance. That is ridiculous to me.
That's crazy. I was caught off guard. Ryan, you said you're going to do us a whole video. I mean, that somebody actually asked for it, or did a salesman walk into a church and go, "Guess what? We have a new product for you." Is that product is it like for churches and daycares? I don't know if you know this or not, but I host a Daily Atheist morning show here on YouTube. I have a couple of other co-hosts with me, Durante Lamar and Ryan Koltastic, and we have a lot of fun. When we first started hanging out, he would say, he'd say something like, "Yeah, we're kind of like Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder."
Gene Wilder.
Like, yeah. I was like, "You're right. You make the perfect Gene Wilder to my Richard Pryor." and I just didn't know if I didn't know if he was getting it or not. Every time we would do something like that, I was like, "Man, me and you're like chess pieces. We're like, I'm the black pieces and you're the white pieces," and everybody would just ignore it and move on. I'm like, "Come on, people, I'm working here. I'm working." Live Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern. Christians, did you know Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins? Click over here to see my video on why Jesus was not sacrificed for your sins. And check out my buddy Durante's latest video down here. Durante Lamar, he's great. Check out his video. And Ryan Koltastic down here. Check out Ryan's video. She's wonderful. Sin safely, my friends. Take care.